and that they put a ton of effort into their stories and characters, and that and that it's the fault of the fans. It's the fault of the people within their soapboxes and social media accounts. It's their fault. It's not Vince's fault. No, no, no. It's not Vince's fault, guys. It's your fault. It's the people's fault. It's pretty funny to me. It's the people's fault. That's. I've seen some defending in my lifetime, but that might just take the cake. Wow. Well, more stuff like that's going to be happening down the road. So, what can I tell you? Um. Okay. Now it's time for Q and A. So it's time for the Q and A portion of the newscast. So if you guys have any questions that you want to send to me on the live chat, you guys can go ahead and send it to me. Basically. So I'm just gonna wait here and see if you guys have any questions that you guys want to send to me, and I'll just go ahead and answer them. Again, I do want to apologize for today. It's been a hectic schedule. It's annoyed me greatly to the fact that um, it's annoyed me basically. You know, yeah, it's annoyed me that the newscasts developed the way it developed, and I do apologize for that. So again, if you guys have any questions, you guys can go ahead and send them to me right now, and I'll go ahead and answer them. And yeah, just go ahead and I'll just go ahead and wait. Do, 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 do. Who is Raymond asked? Who is the next guy to be in the Brock role? I think you mean in terms of who's the next like big mainstream star, or could be or be potentially seen as a mainstream star. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. If you're talking about the current superstars, I don't even know, dude. I am actually a little bit flustered about who's going to take it over for a Brock, because as much as Brock hasn't really helped either, the fact of the matter is that Brock Lesnar, he he's also he is also of he's got credentials, so that helps him a lot. And it's just a different time. The WWE is the star. The WWE brand is what sells or draws now. So it doesn't matter who's in the card. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise we would be having another boom period. It's just not happening right now. Um, I guess if you want to say who should be the next big star that they can really do something with, to me, I guess you got to go to NXT. You would have to say like Velveteen Dream, who I'm a fan of, by the way, or Matt Riddle. Uh, those two to me are the standout stars of that NXT brand currently. That you can really make a lot of good stuff with. The question is, will the company really do them justice? And right now, I don't think they will. Sorry. Moxley's gonna have a big year. He's already having a big year, in my opinion. He's about to do the G1. He's the current IWGP United States champion. He made a monumental moment at Double or Nothing, appearing for the tomorrow night at Fyter Fest. Which, by the way, that video package announcing the non-sanctioned match was really great. Moxley didn't even say a word, and you understood everything he was going to do tomorrow night. It's going to be a barn burner if that's the case. And then obviously he's going to face Omega at All Out in Chicago in August. So he's having one hell of a year, anyways. And I think him taking a chance, taking a risk to do those things. I just got on him, so that with him, he's fine with what he's doing. I mean, if you're that much of a shill to actually publicly defend Vince McMahon that hard to where people have to laugh at you, your own fans have to laugh at you, then clearly Seth is fine. Um, let's see. Thoughts on Jay Station recent BS ghosts communicating videos on the dead? Yeah, he's a piece of shit. I want to say my condolences go out to Etika and his family and friends at this current time right now. Losing Etika this week, and shame on me for not even mentioning Etika at the start of the show, but that one hurt because I have followed Etika throughout years as somebody that likes to play Smash and as a gamer in his own right. Etika was one of those people that, yeah, he was a YouTube celebrity, but at the same time, he was one of us, man. He was one of us, and he reacted the way we would react. He would say things that we were thinking or we were too naive or shy to say. And he was an entertaining son of a bitch, man. It's sad. It says a lot about how mental health has still not improved amongst a lot of people in the society. I think mental health is an issue that people need to focus on more because I think people tend to ignore it, and then we keep losing these people due to suicide and depression. And it's hard. And take it from somebody like me, who's had those periods before, as recent as a month ago. It's not a fun place to be in, and sometimes it's too much to where you feel like there's no hope for you. So I want to just say to Etika, rest in peace. Um, your contributions to this world and to people like me that were fans, and to a lot of people that were fans of yours, will not go forgotten. Um, Hopefully, you have been able to find peace in the afterlife, and Joy-Con boys for life, for sure. But fuck J Station. People like him are a piece of shit for trying to monetize and take advantage of this situation and his death. But that's what you're gonna get with YouTubers that have no redeeming qualities in real life, have no skills of their own that they can use to do anything worth in living. They just go ahead and try to profit off the dead, and that's something that people like Jay Station will have to talk to with his maker upstairs. But fuck him, he's a piece of shit for it. I'll ask, have you heard of DC's Dark Knight? Basically, like the Batman Who Laughs, Red Death, Dawnbreaker. I'll be honest with you, I've fallen off of comics years ago. I just kind of outgrown comics, but I am a DC guy. Although with Marvel being kick-ass so far in the movie department, it's hard to be a DC fan. But yeah, it's been years. I really wouldn't know if they're anything recent. I wouldn't know it. Let's see here. VPOC asks, "Hey Hakeem, did you see UCWL Vendetta? If you did, what did you think of the ending?" Yeah, the ending of Vendetta. Yeah, that was kind of a what the fuck moment with Naruto, quote unquote, defending the title, but then it's not Naruto. If you haven't seen Vendetta, I won't spoil it, but there's a lot of questions that are open about it. So, and someone like me clearly, is going like, what the fuck? I mean, that's interesting. So, I don't know, but yeah, well, I guess we'll see what's going to happen down the road. Hakeem, what did you think of the USA women's soccer team? Um, I think they're dominating. I think they're a really good soccer team. I've been saying that the women's soccer team has been more entertaining to me than the men's soccer team. They just have. Um, Granted, I know people are trying to push this whole gender wage gap thing, and the fact of the matter is, as much as I enjoy women's soccer, I do love soccer, by the way, but as much as I enjoy the U.S. women's soccer team and what they do, and women's soccer in general, really, the fact is, the U.S. men's team draw more. The U.S. men's team, they have more viewers, they have more attendance, and they have more drawing power. So therefore, they get paid the most compared to their women counterparts. Sorry, that's just kind of the way it is. I mean, if the women were drawing more than the men, then obviously they should be paid more than the men. I would think, but nah, the gap is the way the gap is. It's the free market that decides. Not saying that the free market's perfect, but ultimately, it's the same reason with the WNBA and the NBA. The NBA is a bigger, stronger, more entertaining, and more profitable league than the WNBA. Those are just the facts. It is what it is. But I do enjoy them though. I think they are a kick-ass team. Best pizza mainstream: Pizza Hut, Domino's, or Papa John's. I'll just go ahead and just cross off Domino's from the start. So it's down to Pizza Hut and Papa John's. I'll say, let me see. I'm surprised nobody announced Roundtable here. I like Roundtable a lot, a whole lot. I like Roundtable, but if we're gonna go between these two, I probably have to say Papa John's because you get to really cook it in your own home too if you want, and you can do it at the right temperature and all that. Pizza Hut's fine, but it's like, yeah, it depends on the store. It depends on the Pizza Hut store you go to. Some Pizza Hut stores are really good, some not so much, and people will know what I'm talking about. I'm just glad you didn't say Little Caesars. That's all I'm saying. Raiden Axe, speaking of Riddle, thoughts on Booker T criticizing him about his comments about Goldberg. Yeah, so Booker T basically stated that Matt Riddle needed a lot of work in terms of his wrestling. It's going to be a generational debate here with this because a lot of the new fans that watch Riddle are going to say, "Oh, this is just an old grumpy man who wasn't all that good to begin with, anyways," which I would disagree with. But it's just Booker T being bitter and all that. And a lot of old school fans are going to say, "Well, this Matt Riddle kid is coming off as a prima donna, talking shit about Goldberg, now talking shit about Booker T. He has no humility." I see both arguments. I think Booker T was just basically saying that back in the day, you would have to hone your craft all around the world, let alone the circuit here domestically, um, to where you would have to fail. You would have to fail a couple of times until you can succeed. You really don't have that now because of how the independent scene is now structured, to where you can make money more so than anybody possibly in the lower end of the WWE spectrum. So I like Riddle. Personally, I think he's a fine wrestler. I think he's going to be, if they do it right and properly, I think Matt Riddle is going to be someone that can really carry the company in the years to come. But I can also see Booker's point in saying that Matt Riddle still has certain fundamentals about the business, not just the wrestling ring, but the business of wrestling that he can learn from someone like Booker T, who I thought was always a good athlete, was always a good talent. So I can see both sides. Honestly, is basically what I'm getting at. Random goofball. Did you watch E3 and was there anything that you're looking forward to? I saw parts of E3. Quite frankly, if you want my honest opinion about E3, I think E3 is starting to become a irrelevant fixture in gaming because now with the advent of social media and streaming and other ways of connecting to your fans online, an E3 presentation isn't the be all end all of a gaming company anymore. Hell, Sony didn't even show up this year. And obviously Nintendo left years ago to do their Direct series. So it's really no longer that badge of honor that you would need. I saw, I obviously saw Nintendo's, and I thought Nintendo once again they win E3. And people say that like it's a meme, but it's really just the fact that Nintendo, out of everything, they know their audience. They know how to give their audience what they want. Now, granted, you may not like their third-party strike downs of walkthroughs and let's plays. I don't like them either because I've been a victim of them. But the fact is, Nintendo understands their audience. They're a gaming company at the end of the day. Sony and Microsoft just happen to have a game division that produces consoles that have games. But honestly, they look at PlayStation and Xboxes entertainment systems, not just solely gaming consoles. But Nintendo, still to this day, look at their Nintendo consoles and software as gaming for the typical gamer, and that's something that gamers alike appreciate. So I thought Nintendo won. I saw Bethesda's, and quite frankly, I don't know who the hell was in the crowd, but boy, they couldn't shut the fuck up for like more than 5 seconds without going, "Woo, yeah, oh yeah, all right, all right." I understand that Bethesda had to pay plants to try to get people excited about the games. Let's be quite honest, okay? Those guys that were hollering and yelling during the Bethesda conference, they were all plants. I don't give a fuck how many games you're excited for. You're not gonna be excited for damn near almost an hour or over an hour going woo, yeah, yeah, and keep that same energy. There's no way you can do it. There's just no way you can do it. That's what we call plants. Paid plants by Bethesda to go ahead and prop up their games and what have you. That is what it is. And as for the Final Fantasy thing, like I said, I wasn't really a Final Fantasy guy in the sense that I was playing it much like all of you. But I saw the trailer. It looked great. I know a lot of people have had their issues with the whole Tifa issue. Guys, like, come on, like, get you some titties, man. It's just it's virtual titties. Oh my god, it's virtual titties, y'all. Guys, if you're really getting upset about Tifa's breasts being reduced, y'all gotta get some ass, man. Like, or titties, whatever you prefer, man. Cause that's just not. That was like I saw it and I was like, okay, I guess that's different. That's whatever. And I moved on about my business. Like, fucking shut the fuck up, man. Like, god damn, man, just relax. Like, the game looks good from what I saw the trailer. It's gonna be the same Final Fantasy VII, um, um, you know, you know, style that you all like. Just relax, okay? It's virtual titties. If you've seen real titties before, this shouldn't even be an issue. Can't believe people actually made that an issue. Okay? I don't like when virtue signalers and feminists try to come over here and try to make everything about a gender here and there all the damn time. But fuck's sake, y'all. This is not the battle you want to die on this hill for. Like, get the fuck over it. Is basically what I'm getting. It's basically what I'm saying. Let's see. Any more questions? Let's see here. I'm looking for more questions. God damn. Okay, I found it. Okay. Um, Tux asks, do you think Moxley will take the IWGP Heavyweight title at some point? No, I don't think that. Moxley's just here really to do his New Japan business. He's not going to win the G1. I don't know why people think that's going to happen. That's clearly for either Naito or Ibushi to take. It's one of those two. Or, maybe Shingo out of nowhere. But other than that, it's not Moxley. I know that for sure. But it will be a great opportunity for him to really expand his profile outside of the WWE bubble. So, but no, I don't expect him to win the heavyweight title. He may challenge for the title at some point, but winning it, I don't see it. Let's see, have you played any of the Def Jam Vendetta games? Yes, I have. Who didn't? Who wasn't a young black kid that had a PS2 not playing Def Jam Vendetta? Come on. Men's soccer team is a whole joke. Yeah, it's hard to disagree. Wild says, as for Vendetta, I heard Lone Star was going to address it on the next Superstar Clash. I did see that actually. That'll be interesting. Blazy Can Studios asks, thoughts on MLW. I like MLW for what it is. It's a small promotion that knows its place, that has their talent, and portrays them in a way that makes them look good. It's kind of like Impact to me, to where they have their core talent and portray them in a way that you can get invested in them. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It's better than Ring of Honor. If that's what you're asking. I don't think it's really better than. I don't think it's better than Impact, but that's not a slight on MLW per se. Let's see here. Random says, I still say that Booker T should have gone over Triple H at WrestleMania 19. Yeah, he should have. He should have. But of course that didn't happen because it's the WWE and it's Triple H. Let's see here. Do you have any more questions? Bethesda's still trying to sell Fallout 76. Yeah, I was looking at that presentation from from Tom, and it's like, dude, Fallout 76 was a flop. It failed. The bugs and the lack of updates. Stop while you're ahead. And that's how you know that there were shills and plants from the Bethesda office that were cheering for that bullshit. Nobody should have been cheering for that bullshit at Bethesda. No fucking way, especially with what went down. Let's see. Raymond asks, how long before Hulk Hogan returns to TV full time? I don't know. With Bischoff back in the helmet, it's not that far off. Hulk Hogan's kind of already back, anyways, doing sporadic appearances here and there, but he's kind of already back now. In terms of a more consistent basis, I don't know if I want to see that. And I don't even know if Hulk Hogan has that much left in him to be doing that anymore. So, and especially with the whole controversy and everything, I don't know. That might be asking for a bit much. Hunter asks, "Hey Hakeem, what is one colleague you want to do a crossover with ACW?" I've always said SCAW. I always said if there was one crossover that I would want to do, out of everyone in the community, it would be SCAW. And just because of the way Lone Star and I came up, how we started in the same year, how after the no DQ era, after the post no DQ era, me and him, along with Francis with NGW and VWF, we were really the next class of the CAW community. To where now we're in the no DQ position that we're in, Lone Star and myself. Now we're the old stalwarts of the CAW world, and now you've got a bunch of other new leagues out here doing what they're doing, rising up quickly and as soon as possible. So it's interesting to see how that all happens and how that all transpires through the amount of years. But yeah, SCAW has always been that promotion to where if Lone Star was up for it, or if Lone Star requested it, I would be more than happy to do it, the crossover, because I think fans have always wanted an SCAW ACW crossover. Um, I know Lone Star and I did a little bit of business with the Edward Elric angle, and Lone Star's actually a cool person. I've actually talked to him um, recently, and me and him will talk here and there. He's a good dude. Um, he's he's one dude where it's like if he wanted to be a part of a newscast, I would let him in, or if he wanted me to maybe commentate for a superstar clash or action, I would do it. But yeah, that would be the promotion because I think fans have wanted an SCAW ACW show for years now. It's just that whether I was on hiatus or Lone Star was busy, it just never came to fruition. But I'm confident that'll happen one day. And if nothing else, it'll be for you guys, the fans that have been fans of both SCAW and ACW for all these years. So yeah, it would be SCAW for sure. Because like I've said before, SCAW is the league to me where I look at it as an equal. That's like in terms of everyone else, SCAW is the league where I see it as my equal. It's not like a war, competition or anything. It's just it's just friendly support. So, but yeah, that would be the league. Um, let's see. Will AEW work with other promotions like New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact, etc.? Well, they're working with AAA for the Mexico reach. That's how the Young Bucks are able to win the tag team titles there. And that's how Pentagon and Phoenix can be able to work there too without any problems. and Laredo Kid now. But I don't know. It's clear that AEW does want to work with New Japan at some point, and quite frankly, I get the honor and respect that New Japan has for Ring of Honor because that's their custom, that's their culture, that's the way that the whole environment works in New Japan. That you have to respect and show support and loyalty to those that you're partners with. I get all that, but dude, Ring of Honor is just it's nothing right now. It's on a lower totem pole than MLW and Impact to me. The only reason why people give Ring of Honor any lenience anymore is because of the legacy, and two, because of the relationship with New Japan. But it's a no brainer to me for New Japan and AEW. Quite frankly, the two promotions that the WWE have an issue with in terms of wanting to move away. Because the rumors of WWE trying to establish an NXT Japan to try to undermine New Japan, which is gonna fail hard. And I know that WWE right now are doing their Japan tour right now, but from recent reports going right now, their first show in Japan did about 6,500 people. That was lower than the previous show, which was 7,500 people. That's all you need to know. But I think New Japan and AEW would be wise to just partner up because, quite frankly, it fits like a glove. AEW would be more beneficial to New Japan's Western expansion than Ring of Honor at this point. And likewise, AEW can be able to use the legacy, the image, and the talent of New Japan to really boost them even further. It could give mainstream national exposure to the likes of Okada and Tanahashi and Naito and Ibushi and Ishii and those guys. So I think it's a no-brainer. Redman was my main in that game. I was more of a DMX guy, although I did use Joe Budden a couple times too. So King Trey asks thoughts on NBA 2K in ads, and do you think add them WWE 2K20? I think you're asking what my thoughts on NBA 2K. You would have to ask my brothers Ike, Braun, and Jukin. They're more of the NBA 2K connoisseurs, if you will, than myself. But as far as WWE 2K20, I'm personally in no rush unless there's some significant improvements with 2K20. Excuse me. I'm in no rush really to buy the game. I think 2K19 is fine. I've become accustomed to 2K19. I think for all the faults that the previous installments have had, 2K19 has been a vast improvement, and I think it's one that I'm gonna be used to a lot. Quite frankly. Let's see here. Thoughts on the current state of Ring of Honor as their best of the world event is on right now? Yeah, like I said, Ring of Honor has fell hard. They haven't even sold out their Hammerstein Ballroom show, and it's looking like it's gonna be a two-third empty arena at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Man, I talk about WWE laying the tarps. Maybe Ring of Honor needs to borrow the tarps from them too. But it's not looking good. It's really not looking good for them. You think Bethesda's in a hole that it can't get out of? Never say never, but they don't look to be in a good position with their microtransactions and DLC hoarding and the whole Fallout 76 controversy. It's not a good light, I'll tell you that. Let's see. Wrestlers that you think should go to better places instead of Ring of Honor. I think the likes of Bandito and Roosh, because I think their contracts are coming up soon. They are going to get bidded a lot by the likes of AEW and WWE and New Japan. Um, I think those two would be better off in one of those companies right now than Ring of Honor for sure. Marty Squirrel, he's going to go to AEW for sure once his contract's out this year. I think Jay Lethal, for him, it's time to make the move to either go fully with AEW or WWE. But I think Jay Lethal has done all he could with Ring of Honor, and it's just It's a different Ring of Honor now. And I don't think I think Jay Lethal has nothing left to do there. I think it's time for him to move on. Jonathan Gresham, a man that I've been following personally for about 3 years now. Um, he's probably going to stay in New Japan. He probably wants to stay in New Japan. Although I can see him in Impact too, because his girl Jordan Grace works there. But yeah, I see him staying there in Japan for a bit too, in the junior heavyweight scene. Who else? Who else would go? I mean, Flip Gordon probably is going to go to AEW soon. Jeff Cobb is probably heading to NXT. All the good talent in Ring of Honor, you can expect them to be bidded on, or at least having the decision to go somewhere relatively soon. Let's see. Any more questions here? Do it asks, why is Matt Taven still world champion? I don't know. I don't know why that dude's still world champion. Holy fuck! Talk about a forgettable, bland title reign, as everyone called and predicted. Holy fuck! If you wanted to create the most blandest CAW in the world, Matt Taven would be second next to Mike Bennett. That's how. That's how boring. That's how average and mediocre Matt Taven is. You just couldn't give that title to Marty Scurll, couldn't you, huh? Oh well. They made their bed; they'll have to lie in it, right? So let's see. Have you ever watched any of the Smexual TF2s? No, I haven't. I personally haven't. I was talking about NBA 2K19 on Switch, unskippable TV ads and games, and we'll add them to WWE. Oh my god, that's what you meant? I didn't know NBA 2K19 even had that. I'll have to ask one of my brothers about it, but they have unskippable ads in games now? God, that game industry, man. It might be time for another gaming crash, because this is some bullshit. The fact that we're getting legit unskippable ads on our games is bad enough that we gotta pay fucking $60 to $90 for the game itself. Add to the DLC features with it, because Lord knows that you can't sell a finished game anymore to your consumers, so you have to sell a half finished game and then expect them to pay an extra $30 or $40 to download the rest of the DLC to finish the damn game. And now we gotta get ads. Oh, God, the game industry kind of sucks right now. God, thank God for Nintendo sometimes. But, ugh. If you had the very hard task to revive Ring of Honor and make them good again, how would you do it? Um, I get rid of Bully Ray and Delirious. That's got to be the first thing done. I would go to Sinclair and tell them, look, if you're gonna hire me, I'm gonna need more investment, or I need more encouragement in terms of adding a little bit more funds into this promotion so we can really excel it to something big. I would do that too. I would have to be like Eric Bischoff in that sense. Three, I would start pushing your best talent. So that, like the likes of Jeff Cobb, the likes of Bandito, the likes of Roosh, those guys, Jonathan Gresham. I would start building a core group of Ring of Honor talent that are going to be consistent with the promotion, that are going to be the identity of Ring of Honor, the new generation of Ring of Honor, that go past beyond the Nigel McGuinnesses, the Brian Danielses, the Samoa Joes, the CM Punks, the AJ Styles, the Roderick Strongs, the Austin Aries, the Alex Shellys. All those guys. I want to be able to establish a new generation to where they can be at a level just like that, if not more. But those are just things I would do. Let's see. I think I lost my spot here. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. What about the Briscoes? Where do they end up if they leave? I don't think the Briscoes are leaving, because otherwise they would have left a long time ago, when they were actually considered the best tag team in the world in the 2000s. They would have left a while ago. They were in TNA for a little while, but Other than that, they've been Ring of Honor mainstays. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Why is Kelly Klein still Ring of Honor World Women's Champion? Well, let me put it this way: would you want Kelly Klein as your Women's Champion, or would you want Velvet Sky or Mandy Rose again as your not Mandy Rose? What did I say? Wow, I said Mandy Rose. Mandy Leon. Would you want Mandy Leon or Velvet Sky as your Women's Champion, or will you just stick with Kelly Klein? The fact is that the women's division in Ring of Honor is a joke, if not damn near embarrassing. Literally every other league that has a women's division is better than the Women of Honor. Let's see here. And see, look at Blaziak. Should Ring of Honor scrap the Women of Honor, or is it possible to improve that division? The fact is that Ring of Honor doesn't care about the division. So if you don't care about it, you might as well get rid of it until you bring it back to where you can actually give a shit enough to put it prominently in certain places to where it can succeed. But right now, there's no point of it existing if you're gonna not, if you're gonna treat it like an afterthought. There's no point. Are the Briscoes a bit overrated as a tag team? Now yes. Now I now, like currently yes, but back then I thought they were well rated as a team. People didn't. I mean, I thought people were. I thought they were good at what they were. I thought at a certain point, at least in the mid 2000s, that they were the best team in the world. That's just literally me, though. So I mean, I'm just going by what I think. All right, and I think unless we have any more questions here, I think that'll do it tonight. So I mean, yeah, I guess that'll do it. Well, thank you, folks, for joining me for this newscast. I apologize once again for the lack of technology and the technical difficulties. Um, by the way, as you see in your front here, it's right there. If you would like to donate to the newscast, I do now have a Streamlabs.com account. Um, if you would like to donate, I would very much appreciate it. No one's forcing you to do it. No one's saying that you have to do it, but um, it would be well appreciated if you would like to make a donation to the Streamlabs.com slash the anime CW. I'm trying to improve on some things with the newscast, so that would include funds. Um, so, I have bills to pay with my regular job as it is, so I don't usually have enough left over to do what I need to do with that sense. But if you would like to make a dollar donation, if you would like to insert any kind of tip, just go to that website for the streamlabs.com and just donate. If you have PayPal, it takes PayPal as well. It accepts PayPal, or if you want to use your debit or credit card, it doesn't matter, but it does accept PayPal, so you're good on that front as well. So just donate to the newscast if you want to improve on if you want the newscast to be improved in certain ways that I'm looking to do. Um, Even maybe with ACW to a certain extent, then you guys can go ahead and donate to the newscast, and I would very much appreciate all that. I would really appreciate that. It would mean a whole lot to me because I do have the best fan base in the world, so you know you guys usually come through. But once again, you don't have to. I appreciate it anyways. You don't have to. It's just there if you want to donate it. That's really it. But anyways, tomorrow night's Fighter Fest for AEW. Um, it's been a crazy week here in professional wrestling. Probably one of the craziest weeks that I've experienced as a fan in quite some time. And if this is going to be the norm going to the future, then it's going to be a future that you know is going to be interesting. But quite frankly, at the end of the day, we should all be happy. We should all be happy that wrestling is looking to be fun again. That the wrestling business is starting to buzz in a certain way again. Whether you're on one side of the fence or the other, or maybe you're just a fan of both, or just a fan of everything in wrestling, it doesn't matter because it's a win for the boys and girls in the business. It's a win for the industry in general, and it's a win for the fans as well. Hopefully, AEW succeeds so that way WWE can improve because it helps everybody when that happens. So, with that being said, that'll be it for me. Thank you for the newscast. Will I drop another newscast next week? It depends, but we are 4 episodes, well, 3 episodes now away until the big 100th episode of the newscast. So I'll hope to make sure to have some plans for that, and hopefully by the next newscast, I will improve to where this shit doesn't happen again. But anyways, thank you all for joining me once again. If you want to make a donation to the newscast and help me out with some funds, I would appreciate that. It's streamlabs.com/the AnimeCW. That's streamlabs.com/the ACW. The Anime CW, excuse me. I will be doing more to make you guys have a more fun, interactive experience with the newscast. So just make sure you donate to that newscast. But other than that, that'll do it from me here tonight. And as always, stay cool. Stay cool. The Cruiserweight Clash is coming this July. I'll give you more information on that as it gets closer in terms of a date. But